Do you ever have a dance class where you're just putting so much pressure on yourself and it's like, it's the end all be all. This class means so much. And you forget about reps and you forget about consistency and you forget that you don't have to be perfect? This episode is for you. Hello, my beautiful, gorgeous dance baby, and welcome to another episode of More Than Dance. Today, we are talking about why the reps matter and how you can change your perspective when you go to class so that the stakes aren't so high. The example that I want to use to explain this is a wedding. Surprise. I think it's because I'm in the wedding industry and we're getting ready for wedding season right now. And when you think about a wedding, it happens, it's one day, you're making sure you're getting the best of the best or the best for your budget, the best photographer, DJ, venue, food, dress, outfits, flowers, everything matters in a very important way because everything's important because it's your most important day. And I know that sometimes people approach dance and coming to dance class like everything matters and like it's the most important thing. Oh, I must get this because this matters so much. And I'm here to tell you that when you start to get the reps in with dance and specifically with dance classes, the less each class matters. And instead of each class meaning so much, it becomes your progress line that matters. The reason that got me thinking about this in terms of dance is the way that I talk to my students about getting on the studio membership. Something that I love about the membership and the way that my students utilize it is they come to as many classes as they can. It's an unlimited membership, which means they're not coming 100% to every single class that they're attending. And the frame of mind that switches is one, it's really the investment switches. So because their investment is for the entirety of the month/year, it's a shift in their brain that says, there's about 500 classes that I get to take if I want to throughout the year. And they think, okay, well, showing up to those classes in the way that I get to show up, in the way that I feel that I can show up, is going to be better than me not showing up at all. So I have students that come to partial classes. I have students that leave early. The point is they're coming. And that's like kind of like the first layer of it. The second layer is what they're thinking while they're at class. Now, let's just say that it's like your only night out and you're going out with your friends. Let's say you're going to class and you're going to do a dinner. Everything matters so much more that night because you haven't been out, you haven't seen your friend, you haven't gone to dance, and there's all these things that you haven't gotten a chance to do. So therefore, the pressure that you put on yourself for results, for the experience to be amazing is really high. It's kind of like when Josh and I go out to eat. We don't do that often at all. So when we do, I want it to be really good and it never is, which is sad. So send me your restaurant recommendations. It never is. And it's always a huge disappointment, but it's because we're putting so much weight into that one night out for it to be so good that it always is subpar. Now, if we were frequent restaurant goers, we might just say like, okay, well, this dish isn't good there and that dish isn't good there. But our time investment and our financial investment is different towards it. So it has more stakes. After you listen to this episode, your mind will be shifted, knowing that the reps are what matters most. So think about it like this. If you knew you were having your big wedding every weekend, you would care a lot less about each individual thing that you were bringing to your wedding. Because if you missed one thing, you'd be like, okay, we'll get it next weekend. Oh, no problem. Oh, we'll get it in a couple weeks. Don't worry. Oh, the flowers, they can't come that date. That's okay. They can come in a couple weeks. Reps are the one thing that can alleviate that pressure. If your attendance to dance class is so rare, then it would make sense that you weigh things very heavily for everything that you do in that class. This would mean that all of your mistakes feel like gigantic mistakes. This would mean that every moment that you forget choreography, you would in turn make it about you being a forgetful person and not being able to memorize choreography. And it's actually funny thinking about this out loud with you right now because when people actually do come and dance with me for the first time, typically they don't dance a lot, which means they have very low reps, and they are very, very obsessed with all the mistakes they make. And they then create these absolute statements which state, I'm not a dancer. I have no rhythm. I have 2 left feet. I can't dance. I can't learn dance. I don't know how to memorize choreography. And the list goes on. Absolute thinking is one of the worst things that you can do as a human in general. and I think like we learn this like through therapy, it's also something that you can avoid doing in dance class. Low reps make things appear bigger than they actually are. Think about like a performance. We get to perform our routine for a performance team anywhere from 4 to 6 times for a season. If we only got to perform that routine one time, I know that the pressure would be higher. We would have like a different attachment to the whole entire experience because it would be our only time performing that performance. I also love the variety of being able to do the same performance a bunch of different times in a bunch of different venues. It's such a cool thing. But if you're like thinking, okay, well, this is my one shot, this is my one moment, pressure's up. Think about the Olympics. All those people, this is like my one race. I mean, luckily they get to like do a bunch of pre-qualifying competitions where they're doing the same thing, but it's one go that really matters the most. So therefore, the pressure is high. And we really want your dance learning experience to feel more like the pre-Olympic experience where you're getting all the reps in and you're working towards your goal, and it feels like challenging and it feels like you're working, but it doesn't feel like the end all be all. I must get this right now. It must be perfect right now. You could say that the more that you dance, the less each class matters. All of the classes matter, but in a very different way. Repetition helps you create familiarity with even just the learning process. It's such a good thing for a dancer to know how they learn dance, where they stand, and how they are able to take in information and take in musicality and make that dance not just the routine that they're learning, but also the routine that is them on the dance floor versus like any other body on the dance floor. It's important that when you're dancing, that you're dancing from a place that it's from you. That means that the connection that you'll have with the song, the music, the choreography is deeper, and it actually gives you better gifts. You feel more excited about it in general. I'm thinking about like also just like the skills that we do and the different moves that we do. The more times we do them, not only the easier they are, but the less we might care if we're modifying that move that night, because we know like, okay, in a couple months, like this will be healed and I'll get to do that move the way that I really want to do it. When you're coming to that class just for that one time, that one night, you're like, how dare I modify this move? Like I'm here tonight and I'm going to do it the way it's supposed to be. Your mistakes feel so dramatic, and this makes your confidence feel fragile. And everything's like this domino effect, but in the worst way possible. When you're showing up to dance and you show up with the idea of, I'm getting in a rep tonight, you actually allow yourself to learn a little faster. It's as if a cloud has lifted. It's like your eyes are open and you're seeing like what the class is for. It's not just for you to come in and bang out the choreography and kill it. It's for the whole picture. So you can come in and you can enjoy the learning process. You can enjoy the community of dancers around you. You can enjoy the song. I know that's like another thing too. Like someone said to me, oh, like I gotta know the song before I'm gonna like come to class. Okay, I get it. You wanna like enjoy the song, and that's also living in that like wedding day dance class. Like this is the class that I'm going to and everything matters. So does the song. And you don't get to be open to, what if I listen to this song in a very different light and then I all of a sudden love that song, which happens more often than not. Or what if I grow appreciation for my movement because I'm not so attached to the song? And surprise, you might come to class and I might do a song that you love. And if you dance often, you'll understand this very well. There are moments where you're so attached to the certain beats that you hear when you're listening to the song that you love, that when someone else puts their own musicality into it, it's like you're listening to that song for the very first time in a different way. And because you built the expectation for yourself to perform so well because you know that song so well, your experience shifts and your confidence towards that experience shifts because it's not what you expected. So it's actually really cool to come to a class where you don't know the song, or even if you don't like the song, it's a really great challenge for you, and it makes you a better dancer. It makes you better at understanding the deep, deep skills of dance that are underlying. Like we always just think, okay, dance, like it's performing the movement. It's being able to showcase the skills and the technique. Not really. That is very true because dance is an aesthetic art and it's beautiful like that. But there's so much more to the art, and there's so many soft skills within dance that is the reason why certain dancers doing the same choreography just look extra special on that person. And actually, I can see both sides being really cool, because the complete polar opposite of what I'm saying is like the Rockettes, right? Where everyone looks the exact same. And that is so unifyingly awesome. It screams cohesive unison. There's something so satisfying about that. And then there's the other world where everyone's dancing as an individual and not as a team like that. And getting a chance to observe everyone's different bodies and the way that they're making these shapes is so different. It's so enjoyable. So when you come to class and you're putting all your eggs in that one class, it's like, okay, did I do well? Did I execute this? Versus when you know that you're going to be a frequent dancer, you're going to be like, okay, well, this is how I felt about this week. And it's not so much about how did I do? What was my grade? It's more about I'm back tomorrow. I'm going to do this next week. I get a chance to do some of these similar things again very soon. Think of it like when you have reps, you're getting to live in that practice versus when you have that one class that you go to maybe 4 times a year. Maybe it's once a year. Maybe it's once every other year. I don't know. I would compare that to a performance. So the next time that you're going to class, see if you can change your mindset towards this isn't the end all be all. This is one rep. This is one class. Reps are neutral. I think about this also like in terms of workshop. Like we do so many reps of the same sequence of isolations within that workshop that it would be amazing if all of those mattered as much as the highest level of mattering. All of them do matter as a whole. At the end of the class, we've gotten in so many reps and it's amazing, but not one of those matters more than the other. It's like, do it, get it done, and that matters. And that's really the way that progress goes and the way that consistency goes. It's just a little hard to adopt this mindset when you want something so bad and when you want it. Like I compare this a lot to like the gym, but yeah, not every workout is going to be the most intense, hardcore workout. That would be working at 100% all the time. And we know from experience that you can show up 2%, you can show up 30%, you can show up 99%. And it's the consistency of that matters over time. Your growth over time, your consistency over time, that makes the biggest difference. And this is just like a funny little thing to leave you on. Your confidence that you're growing and improving isn't because of a perfect moment. When you're getting really confident, you really start to understand that nothing is perfect. So you get to lean on your imperfections, and that's when the confidence is really there. It's knowing that it's imperfect and still having great feelings towards it. So here are some reflection questions for you. Number 1, where am I putting too much pressure on one thing? Number 2, where could I focus on getting more reps instead? And number 3, what would change if I treated today as one rep? So I hope that you're able to shift this idea of having this really one perfect class into having a bunch of imperfect classes. And if your studio offers a membership, you want something that is going to give you an easier access towards consistency. And a membership does that. Get the most out of the learning experience because the learning experience is so fun. And when you can fully commit, that is where the magic happens. And if this was helpful for you at all, it would mean the world to me if you shared this with another dancer. Post it on your Instagram or give it a 5-star rating so someone just like you can find it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the dance floor.